Elitch Gardens is one of the smallest amusement parks, but despite its minuscule size, it still gets packed. So I decided to make a game plan to ride every single major ride without, hopefully, waiting in the line. So, let's get into it. But a couple things before we get into it. First of all, every day at a park is different with ride closures and crowd levels. You really can't predict the perfect plan, but this is my perfect plan, so yeah. Another thing that is really important, if you see Sidewinder operating at any time, scratch the plan and go to Sidewinder and ride it as many times as you can, because you will never know if those will be your last rides. Because that thing is unreliable and it probably won't ever open. But if it does, ride it. Now getting into the list, I would say the first ride you should ride is Mind Eraser. Now I know what you're thinking, riding the worst roller coaster in the world first, but hear me out. Sadly, Mind Eraser is the most popular ride at Elitch and probably the standout attraction, so everybody flocks to that ride first and the line stays very long all day long. So if you want to ride it, the best time to do that is in the morning. And if Meow Wolf's Kaleidoscape is a priority to you, I would recommend riding it now, since it's right next to Mind Eraser and you can get it done pretty quickly. But it's also a ride you can knock out later after you've done all the roller coasters. And the next ride I would say you should head to is Boomerang. Now by this time, it shouldn't have a line because it is in the back of the park. And after you get your awesome rides on Boomerang, you should head right next door to Half Pipe. This is a ride you should get pretty early because it is low capacity and it only uses one train. And the Half Pipe exit will dump you out pretty close to Tower of Doom, so that is the next ride I would recommend to ride. Now, Tower of Doom does have a single rider line, but sometimes I wouldn't trust it because I got stuck in that line for a half an hour sometimes. And if you want to get another major flat ride out of the way, I would say next in line should be Brain Drain. Now, if you go to Six Flags parks a lot, you might want to skip this because it's just the Larson Loop and you can ride it at any other Six Flags park, even though they are removing them at a very fast pace. And after you get off the loop coaster, you can ride the last major roller coaster, Twister 3 Storm Chaser. It might be rough and boring, but the theme is good. And it's also a coaster credit, so you can't complain. Anyway, after you're done searching for a tornado, you should go on a ride that actually should be themed to a tornado, Starflyer. This Starflyer actually runs pretty fast, so that's good. And then after you're done with the Starflyer, I would say go across the path and ride Shipwreck Falls, a Hopkins shoot-the-chutes that makes the biggest splash ever. And since you're wet anyway, I would say you should go on Disaster Canyon, a Hopkins river raft ride. And after you got wet on all the water rides, you should dry off on Dragon Wing, a rare chance aviator. And after that, you can ride a rare Vekoma Wave Swinger with Turn of the Century. And after that, I guess that's about it. You can do whatever you want from this point on because the park is definitely totally busy and you can choose to ride whatever you want. Maybe Meow's Kaleidoscape again or something like that. So that's my game plan. Start with Mind Eraser and head to Boomerang, Half Pipe, Drop of Doom, Brain Drain, Twister, Starflyer, the water rides, Dragon Wing, and Turn of the Century. Anyway, I hope this video was a little bit helpful for your first or next visit to Elitch Gardens. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and coaster it. Bye!